Taiwan, I'm Joyce with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Protesters have gathered in Taipei to demand an end to Japan's release of treated Fukushima wastewater in the Pacific Ocean. The release, which Tokyo began 2 weeks ago, has caused controversy throughout East Asia. Sally Jensen was at the protest.
反税福岛污水排放入海，日本政府撤回决定。
A small group of environmentalists and anti-nuclear activists gather in Taipei to protest on an issue long at the forefront of their concerns, nuclear waste. But this time the issue transcends national borders. Activists here outside the Japan-Taiwan Exchange Association in Taipei are demanding the Japanese government end the release of treated nuclear wastewater from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. They say the release is unscientific and irresponsible and leaves coastal communities and consumers vulnerable to radioactive contamination.
那我们认为这是非常不公平的，因为等于日本把核灾的责任、核灾事故后续要清除的这些成本转嫁到全球的环境上，甚至让邻国的都要承受到这个成本。
Japan's government began the release of the mildly radioactive wastewater 2 weeks ago. It was used to cool the nuclear reactors of the plant, which suffered several meltdowns after it was hit by a tsunami in 2011. It's caused public outcry in Japan's neighbors Taiwan, South Korea, and China. Opposition is strongest in China, which has slapped a ban on imports of Japanese seafood. But the UN's nuclear watchdog has approved Tokyo's actions, and several senior officials have sought to ease people's worries by eating fish caught near the discharge point. Scientists also say that the levels of radioactivity in the treated wastewater are negligible and pose no real risk to human or environmental health.
The broad consensus is that risks to people who might be eating fish or swimming in the sea or living near the plant are going to be virtually zero.
The release is part of the Fukushima plant's decommissioning and is set to go on for several decades. And for the environmentalists in Taiwan, it's the unknown risks over the long term that concern them the most.
把它稀释入海，可能短期之内对我们大家的健康没有什么太大的影响，但是长期累积，那个影响是什么？没有任何的一个研究报告告诉我们，不用担心。
Despite multiple attempts from politicians, scientists and international bodies to reassure them, these activists are determined to continue to push for the Japanese government to halt the discharge, something they say could be an irreversible mistake. Patrick Chen and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
Many already know Taiwan as a leader in chips, but the country has set a new record by hosting the largest semiconductor expo in the world. I was there as industry leaders came together for Semicon, the largest gathering of chip companies in history, in the capital of global tech hub Taiwan. The annual Semicon Expo has begun, and many industry watchers and budding engineers are here for an inside look into the brains of all things digital.
对于现在这个行业算蛮有兴趣的，对，所以想要来看看，可以跟着人类一起进步的这种感觉，其实对我自己是蛮兴奋的。
The chips industry is incredibly complex and one that relies on the expertise of countless firms scattered across the globe. And it's not every day different ends of the supply chain come together under one roof. Several of the world's top tech leaders, from TSMC to Google and Lam Research, are here in Taipei to share their insights as to what's next for the billion-dollar chips industry.
Warm welcome to Dr. Wu.
And for many, the answer was unsurprising.
In the last 2 years, AI has been sensational as one of the examples for how industry is presenting something in the dirt of times to create demand. Now, the AI implication to the overall demand is mind-boggling.
Industry leaders say there's no need to look much further for what's next because it's already here. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is one of the strongest drivers elevating semiconductors. That's because even more advanced chips are needed to power rapidly developing AI, in particular generative AI, which can produce its own content. In turn, AI can help chip makers improve their designs and manufacturing processes, upping operational efficiency and product quality, creating a self-sustaining cycle of technological advancement.
It is extremely important in AI to make sure that we pass all the safety check, all the safety standard, making sure we really comply to our AI principles.
But this is not without its challenges, since how to govern AI is still an open question. Industry leaders say that's why coming together to exchange ideas is important. This kind of collaboration is key to moving chips forward, to unlock even more possibilities in an increasingly digital world. White-collar workers in Taiwan are unhappy with their pay. A survey by a local job bank says 90% of office workers are dissatisfied with their salaries, a 5-year high. 75% say they won't be getting a pay bump this year. 25% say they haven't seen a raise in 5 years. The government is expected to increase the minimum wage this week, but the job bank says that won't affect most people.
大多数的上班族还是认为说，调高基本薪资对于自己的薪资水准是没有帮助的，甚至可能压缩到他们既有的奖金。市场预期加薪之后呢，可能会带来通膨的效果会更加的明显。
Japanese media franchise Pokemon says it will open a store in Taipei and is now recruiting staff. But gamers say the pay on offer is too low. Laurel Stewart takes a look.
A worldwide gaming phenomenon is coming to Taiwan. Pokemon has announced it's expanding its series of stores outside of Japan. As well as Singapore, Taipei has been chosen as a new centre selling Pokemon software, card games and other merchandise. With plans to launch in December, Pokemon is recruiting local staff, but with starting salaries of only about $1,000 per month. While many were excited about the prospect of working for the Pokemon company, others say the salary is not enough to live in Taipei.
好像可以再高一点。其实我觉得以现在如果大学新出来刚接第一份工作是还好，如果说他还有额外的福利的话，其实应该是还行，可是算不高啦。
The average salary for graduates in Taiwan is between about $800 and $1,200 per month. So Pokemon's pay offer is average, though Taipei is more expensive to live in than other cities. One job bank says that, like most retail roles, the take-home salary is dependent on sales and performance.
不过通常很多都是属于以这个底薪制，再外加这个所谓的业绩跟销售奖金，也就是很多这个门市人员其实他看起来是属于这种比较低底薪但高奖金的一个工作。
Taiwan is well known for its Pokemon co-branded events and promotions, so the new store could attract a large number of potential customers. If its employees hope to boost their pay with commissions and bonuses, they'll have to catch them all. Scott Huang and Laurel Stewart for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's under-16 basketball team will not be competing in the upcoming FIBA U16 Asian Championship in Qatar. Taiwan's Basketball Association has not been notified about the decision. Authorities have reached out to organizers who said there had been a sudden change in the qualification process. The East Asia Basketball Association ruled that only the top 3 teams in the region can compete in the championship. Taiwan is ranked 4th, disqualifying it from the tournament. The decision came down to the association's head, Chinese-born former NBA player Yao Ming.
秘书长在 mail 的上面就说明，就是当时就是他有跟会场做的决定，他也没有说是什么时间做的决定，但是我们有要求他提供出会议记录跟所谓决定的一个记录，他并没有提供出来，只有深感抱歉，说他们会再做检讨。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, we leave you with images of drone shots taken above New Zealand's South Island. I'm Joyce. Take care and see you next time.